Alright everybody, welcome to EMS Survival Channel. My name's Jerry. Obviously it's my channel. Now, this is going to be a two-subject episode. One subject will be chicken soup, because it seems like everybody's getting sick. The second subject will be a video response to Staff Sergeant BA's of Step 1 Survival's One Gun, One Knife Challenge. So, first of all, I have here a pressure cooker, as you can see. This thing has been used. This is like the 8th time I've tried to make this video. I am using a wedding decoration as a stand and a cell phone to video it on, so I apologize for the quality. This pressure cooker had some chicken thrown into it, and I'll describe it to you as I pull it out of the pot and do the second part of this soup. Now, you can use a colander, but I have this spaghetti strainer, or spaghetti cooking device thing so that your spaghetti doesn't get stuck to the bottom of your spaghetti pot. So this is what I like to use as a strainer when I start off my chicken soup. So always be careful when you remove the lid of your pressure devices. Make sure there's no pressure left. Set it over somewhere where it hopefully won't fall and hit your foot and break your toe. Now, what I have in here is celery, carrots, garlic, onion, chicken drumsticks, and some seasonings. And I don't know if any of this is going to come out. I hope I don't spill it all over the place. I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, that looks like it worked fairly well. Oh, I threw in some little peppercorns. Little peppercorns in there too, just whole ones because I knew I'm straining it out. I was supposed to be straining it out with a wire mesh strainer like this one, but this is the biggest one I can find. Just has a little bit of butter or whatever. Hit the stick of butter. But you see here, you don't have to do anything fancy. It's just for flavor. You have a very hot piece of chicken. Chicken drumsticks are what you want, okay? And this stuff is still going to cook a lot, so don't worry about cross-contamination right now, or at least I'm not. Chicken drumsticks, all natural, no water added is best. They have given up their ghost. What would normally take all day took like 20 minutes of cooking in the pressure cooker and about 30 minutes of cooling off before the pressure cooker was cool. You can also see these big pieces of celery, carrot. I put in 1 bay leaf. You don't want to overdo the bay leaf. It has a subtle but strong flavor. Now, what I do is I'll pick out the vegetables. The vegetables will get either given to the dogs or thrown out because they're just done. They're complete mush. The chicken, let it cool, pick it off the bones. This stuff infused with the flavor of the liquid we used to cook it in the pressure cooker, which was 2 of these guys right here, which is a 32-ounce thing of chicken broth. Didn't add any salt to it because there's enough sodium in that, even though it's reduced sodium. But anyway, you let it cool, you take the chicken off, turn it into chicken salad tomorrow. Your tongue's going to beat through to the top of your head trying to eat all that. It's going to be so delicious. So, if you're going to put that chicken into the chicken salad, what are you going to have in your chicken soup? Well, I'm going to fry up some of these boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I have here, that I have seasoned up with this Memphis-style barbecue seasoning that I got from the Dollar Tree. Just sprinkle a little on, let them sit in this container here. They're still nice and cold, they're good. So, back to what actually went into the soup and what's about to go into the soup now. I'm going to dice up some onions, some carrots. You can get them like pre-sliced up, these little carrot chip deals. Those are awesome. Just be sure to pick out the little blemished pieces. Okay. I throw a little bit of them in with the pressure cooker. I just break up some stalks of celery and throw it in there too. But now, this is a liquid we have that is very flavorful and infused with all the deliciousness from the long bone in the chicken drumstick and all the chicken flavor. And I had put the same amount of seasoning I'm about to tell you to re-season it with in right before I pressure cooked it. Everything except the sage and the turmeric goes in for the pressure cooker. Okay? And now that we have this strained liquid, what's going to happen once I get all the little peppercorns out that went through the holes in that colander is I'm going to grab about a handful like this. See, it's about a handful of curly leaf parsley or cilantro or whatever green herb you prefer. And I will take out the stems. I'll dice it up kind of fine, put it in there. These chips can go in whole. I'll cut up these homegrown shallots and onions, throw them in. Get a couple of these, probably all of these garlic cloves that I have here, about this much, a little palmful. Get that skin diced up. I'll dice up probably 2, maybe even the third one of these celery. Really, really small because I don't like celery, but if you don't have it in soup, there's something missing. I got this medley bag of different colors of little tiny potatoes. I'm just going to rinse them right in this nylon sack. They're going to go straight in. Don't have to cut them, but you can cut up a bigger potato. You can use canned potatoes, whatever you got. Throw it in there. In addition, I'm probably going to add another one of these full of water, just because there's not too much liquid in there, because this is just a flavor concentrate. If you just ate that right now, it'd be like a really rich gravy. We're trying to make a soup, not gravy. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Again, I already added that before I pressure cooked the chicken and vegetables. A teaspoon of oregano. You can add that before if you want to, but you can also add it now as well. This is all going to get added with these chopped up vegetables. Tablespoon of Italian seasoning, teaspoon of oregano. If you like a lot of garlic, add in a half a teaspoon of this. Even with the fresh stuff, it kind of gives you a better flavor profile. After you add some water to it and you let it cook, once your vegetables get about halfway to where you want them to be, is the time to start thinking about throwing in whatever kind of pasta you want, if you want any pasta at all. I usually do, and usually the pasta finishes up just about the time the vegetables finish up too. But after you do that, and you have to add a little bit of water in to cover all the vegetables and the pasta, that's when you re-season with either chicken bouillon cubes or chicken soup base is even better. Throw in a tablespoon of paprika, and then you throw in a teaspoon of sage. Sage gets a really funny flavor if you pressure cook it according to the ball canning manual thing that they send out. So I trust them. Now, if you like that classic New York style chicken noodle soup where you have that yellow color, you dip a little knife in here, like a steak knife, and just a drop size bit of ground turmeric on the tip of your knife into all of this. You could fill this up with enough water so that it would go to about here, and you would be good. Of course, you're going to want to account for the space of the vegetables and whatnot too. And that would still be enough of the turmeric to make this just a little yellow. You use a whole 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric into this pot full of water, you're going to have yourself a bunch of yellow food coloring. That's how strong the ground turmeric is. Now, that's how you make a good healthful chicken noodle soup. All these herbs and spices and seasonings, they all have a bunch of really healthy properties, and the pressure cooking cooks in 20 minutes what would normally take 4 to 12 hours of boiling and boiling and boiling on a stove. All the protein and collagen and glucosamine, chondroitin out of all the long bones in the chicken that everybody pays a lot of money to have supplements made in laboratories. You get it all in this nice rich soup broth. Okay, sorry if I'm going a little fast, but like I said, this is the 8th time I've tried to do this and my camera's cut out at me. See, this is my brilliant camera stand here. A very high quality wedding decoration and tool camera stand. I may be able to remanufacture this if anybody's interested in paying, let's say, $989.50. I think I could make another one. Paint can included, paint and can not included. It may be empty at that point in time. Now, for the one gun, one knife challenge, I have pacified these two things, these two items, for any snowflakes and liberals and, well, actually not even all liberals. I've met some liberals that are intelligent, but for the most part, I don't agree with them. Now, everybody has to think about what they need to do for their particular situation. My situation is basically I may have to go out and rendezvous with a family member or a friend and help them with whatever they have, whatever injuries they might have, come back to a central location, and there we can hold up. If all you're worried about when the zombies and space aliens come out of the woodwork is all you're doing is defending a fortified position, you can probably stand to carry 500 rounds of 12-gauge ammunition, and you're only carrying it 3 feet, so that's okay. But I like the AR-15 223 platform because 223 rounds are a lot lighter than a lot of the other rounds out there. Now, this is an optics-ready carbine made by Bushmaster. Has a collapsible stock, which is nice and adjustable. You can make it small for close-in fighting, clearing rooms or whatever. You can leave it big. I have Red Dot Sight co-witnessed with the flip-up imitation Magpul style flip-up sights, just in case the Red Dot dies. Although it is a cheap one that came with the optics ready carbine, it has held zero really well. I haven't even finished the break-in period. I only probably have about 50 rounds through this rifle, but I believe in the platform, I believe in the company, and I would not hesitate to use it against space aliens and zombies. Now, the knife, which I actually got before you, Staff Sergeant, did your own review of this Camtilius or Camelius or whatever it is, Carnivore X machete knife thing from Walmart, stainless steel. I've used it to beat up a bunch of firewood and do feather sticks and the whole 9 yards. I've used it 5 or 6 times over a number of months to have little bush fires with out in the backyard, and it has done really well. Mine even came with a little throwing knife type deal. I'm not sure what good that throwing knife would be if you threw it, unless you're throwing it at maybe a frog or a fly, but you might be able to hit somebody in the eye with it, or you could probably tie it to a stick and have yourself a decent little spear point. So there we go. That's my answer to the one knife, one gun challenge. This is my answer to the seasonal flu that is going around with a vengeance across the entire country, apparently, because of the weird weather we're having. I know it's been unseasonably rainy and cool through central Pennsylvania this year, and I just don't know what's going on. But hopefully everybody heals up. Don't forget, lots of herbs, spices, and just like you put thought into your preps, put thought into your food, because your ultimate prep is your body. And you can't do anything with an AR, with a knife, with any gun, with any knife, unless you have yourself up to tip-top shape and condition. Or at least, you know, not feeling like you're going to die from Ebola because your kids brought home a cold from school or whatever. So anyway, Staff Sergeant B.A., Sippy, the kids, everybody at YouTube, everybody at my ambulance company who's feeling sick right now, hope you all feel better soon. Please don't give your germs to me, keep them to yourself. And everybody else in YouTube, you all have a great night and enjoy yourself and eat some good grub, because life's too short not to.